Pierce. The wedding is coming up tomorrow. I'm really nervous about the whole thing, but I'm also looking forward to seeing all of our friends and family very much. I know that this wedding will take a bit more time for us since I'm going to need help with my wheelchair, but the fact that I'm even able to have a wedding like this makes me so grateful.
Oh, is that right? I'm also really looking forward to what happens tomorrow. That's right. During tomorrow's wedding, I'm going to be a little bit late, so you can head in before me if you'd like.
What? Why are you going to be a bit late?
I really want to give you a surprise like no other. I'm sure you'll be shocked out of your pants by it.
We're supposed to be thinking about the guests at our wedding as well, though. So why would you want to focus on surprising me over them?
If I tell you any more about it, there'd be no surprise, right? Just sit back and look forward to what I have in mind for you.
If that's really what you want me to do, then... Pierce, are you at the venue? I can't seem to find you anywhere. The ceremony's about to start. What's going on? Did something happen?
Surprised, aren't you? I'm actually at home. I just opened the safe.
What do you mean you're at home opening the safe? The guests are already here. You do remember our wedding is today, right?
Oh, I know, but here's the thing. I don't plan on getting married.
What?
I was just with you for the money, wheelchair girl. I've taken care of you, so this cash is mine now. I mean, you're nothing but a burden, so it's only fair I take the money, don't you think? Besides, it's not like you earned it yourself anyway. A disabled person like you? No way you could earn anything. You're just a leech.
What are you talking about? Come back right now, and don't touch that money. It's...
Your grandparents' inheritance, right? I know all about it. You got all that money from them, and yet you still kept me on a measly allowance? That's ridiculous! You made me feel trapped, never able to spend a dime without your approval. Well, guess what? The only reason I got engaged to a girl in a wheelchair was for that $700,000 sitting in your safe. Now that I've got it, I don't need you anymore. Good luck with your little ceremony. You could do it alone.
Mac, Pierce was able to get that checkbook out of my safe at my place and ran off with it.
What? Alyssa? I was wondering why nothing was happening with the wedding yet. This is all because of that jackass? He's actually gone and ran away from you and the wedding?
Yes. Just like you were saying he would before.
Alyssa, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of trouble with you having to cancel the wedding now, but if there's anything I can help with, let me know. Where are you at right now? If it's all right with you, can I come meet you?
Please and thank you, Mac. I'm really glad I had you by my side, Mac. I don't know what I would have done without you today.
No need to thank me, Alyssa. I know how tough it must have been to explain everything to the guests, especially after everything fell apart, and then you had to deal with the police, too.
Yeah, it was exhausting. All those formalities, and of course my family was beyond furious. It was chaos. If you hadn't been there, I honestly don't know how I could have handled it all.
I figured a calm, neutral third party was exactly what was needed to help sort things out. I'm just glad the situation didn't spiral further out of control.
You were incredibly prepared for everything, even though deep down I suspected something like this might happen. I never wanted it to end this way. Pierce, how could he do this to me? I trusted him.
Alyssa, I really tried to change him, I swear, but there's no changing someone like him. I'm sorry. Pierce has always been the same rotten person, no matter how hard we hoped he'd be different. He crossed a line that no one should cross, and I hate that it ended this way too.
Mac, you don't need to apologize. If anything, I should be the one apologizing. I should have made the decision to walk away sooner. Maybe then I wouldn't be hurting so much now.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Look, the three of us, me, you, and Pierce, we grew up together. We were practically family. It's only natural that you held on to hope that he'd eventually change. But instead of being grateful for that kindness, he betrayed both of us. Alyssa, do you remember the day you lost the use of your legs?
Of course I remember. How could I forget? That day at the river when I nearly drowned, and the injuries that put me in this wheelchair?
And the promise I made you that day. You've honored it all this time, and I'm so sorry for making you bear the weight of it. You shouldn't have had to go through this.
To wait until we knew for sure if Pierce pushed me intentionally before seeking revenge, that's what you made me promise, right? But I didn't feel like I was just waiting all this time.
What do you mean?
If it weren't for you, Mac, I would have spent all these years filled with hatred for Pierce, consumed by it. You gave me the space and time to believe, at least for a while, that maybe it was an accident. Without you, I probably would have wasted my entire life trapped in bitterness. You helped me find peace within myself when I thought it was impossible. That's why I'm so grateful to you.
Alyssa.
But now all my feelings for him are gone. Every last bit of compassion, every shred of hope, it's all dead. He didn't just betray me, Mac, he betrayed you too. And I'm done. I'll never forgive him for what he's done. He ruined my life, and now I'm going to make sure he pays for it.
Alyssa, what are you thinking?
I'm going to drag him down to the depths of hell, and this time it won't just be Pierce deceiving everyone by hiding his true self. He's not the only one who's been keeping secrets.
Wait. Alyssa, what are you planning to do?
What I should have done a long time ago. Pierce is going to realize that I am not the naive, helpless girl he thinks I am. He wanted to play with fire? Fine, let him burn. He'll learn the hard way that crossing me was the biggest mistake of his life.
Alyssa, please, don't do anything rash.
It's too late for that, Mac. He deserves everything that's coming to him. And trust me, it's going to be a lot worse than he could ever imagine. This is my revenge now, and I am not holding back anymore. Where are you right now, Pierce? The wedding is already canceled now, so what the hell were you thinking?
Jeez, hysterical women are terrifying! I guess you've got all that pent-up energy because you can't move your legs, huh? Why don't you roll after me in that wheelchair of yours, huh? Oh, but wait! I'm already on the bullet train! Good luck catching me!
You're trying to run away?
Of course! And honestly, disabled people in wheelchairs are such a burden! I've put up with you this whole time, but you've been so annoying! There were so many times I wanted to push you off the platform at the station!
Do you even remember why I'm in this wheelchair? It's your fault!
Huh? Not my problem! You're the one who clumsily fell into the river all on your own. How is that my fault?
Now I see it clearly. You haven't changed at all. You've been a piece of garbage from the very start. Thanks to you, whatever love I had left is completely gone.
I never had any feelings for you from the beginning, though. You were just an annoying childhood friend. It was always a pain being lumped together with you.
I understand now. Thank you for showing me your true colors. You've completely erased any sympathy I had for you. I'm done playing nice. For the sake of anyone else who might fall victim to you, I'll make sure you're ruined. Get ready. I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah, You're such an idiot. Filing a police report is pointless, don't you know? The police won't get involved in civil matters. They won't stick their noses into what they think is a marriage problem. Seriously, you've always been pretty dim, haven't you? Maybe that's why you ended up in a wheelchair.
It's amusing how cocky you are for a criminal on the run.
Nah, I'm just pitying how stupid you are. It's sad, really. But even though you're probably sending all the nutrients from your lower body up to your brain, it looks like they're not doing you much good. Maybe you got a mental disability too, huh? Anyway, nice try, but all your efforts are for nothing.
Oh, don't worry. That money you stole, it wasn't mine.
Huh?
Yeah, the money you took from the safe wasn't mine. It was Mac's. We set you up.
What? You and Max set me up? What are you talking about? This makes no sense.
Mac figured you out a long time ago. He warned me. Told me you were only with me to get your hands on the insurance money and my grandparents' inheritance. He could tell your motives weren't pure.
What?
But you know, we were childhood friends. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you'd betray me like that. Even so, I couldn't just ignore Mac's warning. So, I thought about it over and over. Finally, I decided to test you.
Test me? What kind of test are you talking about?
I told you about the money in the safe to see how you'd react. And you proved it, didn't you? You stole the money, bailed on the wedding, and ran off. I'm disappointed. If you'd just gone through with the wedding, I would have forgiven everything. But instead, you betrayed us.
You've got to be kidding me. I don't give a damn about your feelings. Tell me why Mac's money was in your safe. That's all I care about right now.
We swapped the money at the last minute. What you took wasn't cash, it was Mac's account information. He's the one who filed the police report, not me. So no, you're wrong about that too. The report was accepted and now you're going to be arrested for theft. You didn't even take the time to check the name on what you stole, did you? Well, don't worry, you can check it now if you like.
God damn it, you guys played me!
You just assumed that you had all that money of mine, didn't you? Even though that's Mac's?
Why the hell is Mac siding with you right now?
Didn't he always tell you not to be such a jerk when it came to the friends we were? And also to not be such an idiot when it came to things like that job you got fired from for being so violent there. He wasn't trying to spoil you by not leaving you or anything. Rather, he really wanted to change you into a better person. But the outcome of all his time spent on you is this. That's why neither him or I are going to help you anymore, and we'll make sure you pay for what you've done to me. Whatever happens next is what you've had coming this whole time.
So you both played me like a damn fiddle! That's disgusting! Especially for some low-life cripple like you! Sorry for getting so fired up and angry with you yesterday. And thank God I took off the moment I realized you told the police about me. And as for Mac's money, it's gonna stay mine now. I'm gonna withdraw all of this money right now and then head overseas so you guys can't ever find me.
You're really in a good mood, huh? If you have all that energy right now, perhaps take a moment to think your situation through a bit more.
Huh?
There's no money for you to actually withdraw from Mac's account. We already made sure to move it all.
What?
You thought we'd just leave it for you? If you don't believe what I'm saying, go and give it a try at the nearest ATM to you. That's only if you can access the thing in the first place.
Why can't I withdraw my money? What the hell did you do with my funds?
I filed for damages and began the process of asset seizure. You're a criminal now, and criminals don't need money, do they?
Asset seizure can't happen that quickly. You had this all planned from the start, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did.
What?
I've been preparing for this since... No, it actually started when my legs stopped working. I can't forget that day from a year ago. That day we went camping together, all three of us, right? You got upset and ran off, and I went after you.
I wasn't lurking! You made me uncomfortable with your snide remarks!
You were skipping work, causing problems, and didn't even care. When I tried to point it out, you got defensive. I kept telling you that the river was dangerous, but you wouldn't listen. Before I knew it, I fell into the river and ended up paralyzed because of the injuries I sustained that day. You pushed me, didn't you?
What? You must be confused from the shock of the accident. Why would you blame me?
The place where I fell had a fence. There was no way I could have just stumbled into the water without someone pushing me.
So you stumbled, right? You've always been clumsy.
Even if I had stumbled, why didn't you try to help me?
Huh?
Mac was the one who saved me. He jumped into the river and got soaked while trying to pull me out. You weren't even there, and after that, you didn't visit me at all. You suddenly became cold and distant. It's strange not to be suspicious under those circumstances.
Do you have any evidence for that?
What?
This is why you're an idiot. You can't just accuse someone without proof. That's defamation. Don't try to pin this on me with your fantasies. You became disabled because you're not smart enough.
Someone saw you running away from the scene.
What?
Mac told me. When I heard that, it all made sense. I started to hold a grudge against you. Honestly, I'd love to erase you from this world right now.
Then why didn't you do anything sooner?
Because Mac stopped me. He said there's a chance he panicked and ran away, and you didn't actually see him push you. Wait until you find out if he's really the kind of scumbag who would push someone. After all, we grew up together as childhood friends. I didn't want to believe he could do that without a reason. So I decided to calm my anger for the time being.
You should keep it that way. It's pathetic to bring up the past.
This isn't about the past. It's about what's happening now. You were so nice to me the moment you heard about the insurance payout and the inheritance from my grandparents. When someone suddenly becomes that kind, it raises a lot of suspicion. And when you asked me where I'd put a large sum of money, even a fool would start to doubt. And you walked right into that trap.
Damn it! You had this all planned out from the start, didn't you? So you didn't love me at all? What a waste!
You didn't love me either from the beginning. Don't act innocent. I'll make sure you pay the damages for the broken engagement and the cancellation fee for the wedding. Someone like you, a criminal, should do everything in your power to stay behind bars for the rest of your life. So be prepared for that.
This is ridiculous! If I'd known it would come to this, I should have just let you drown back then! What you're doing is a scam to set me up! I was led to steal by both of you, so you're the ones who were truly guilty! I'm not at fault here!
You think you can twist the truth like that? You really are delusional. You made choices, Drew. Your actions led you here, and you can't blame anyone else for your predicament. It's time to face the consequences of what you did.
What consequences? You think you could just bully me with threats? You think I'm scared of you? I'll show you what real fear looks like.
Oh, please, you're the one who should be terrified. You've crossed the line, and now you have to pay for your sins. I won't let you get away with this. You have hurt me and manipulated me for too long. I won't stand for it anymore.
Manipulated? You're the one who's been playing games, Alyssa. Always acting like you're the victim when you're the one who turned everyone against me. You never even considered my side of the story.
Your side? You think I'm interested in hearing your pathetic excuses? You've made your bed, Drew. Now lie in it. The truth is out, and the world will know exactly what kind of person you are. I am done playing nice, and I am done with you.
You think you can ruin my life? You'll regret this. I'll fight back with everything I have.
Fight back? With what? The lies and deception that have brought you to this point? You can't win against the truth, Drew. You are nothing without your manipulations, and everyone can see through you now. Just know this, your time is running out.
You don't scare me! You're just a weak girl in a wheelchair, and I'm still stronger than you!
Stronger? Strength isn't just about physical ability, Drew. It's about having the courage to face the consequences of your actions. You've been hiding behind your lies for far too long. It's time to face the music. No matter how hard you try to run, the truth will always catch up with you.
You think this is over? You have no idea what I'm capable of!
Oh, I know exactly what you're capable of. Manipulation, deceit, and cowardice. You're the one who should be worried, Drew. I'm not backing down, and I will expose everything you've done. You will pay for your actions, and I will make sure of it.
Hey, Mac, you really set me up, didn't you? But since we go way back, I'll let this slide just this once. So how about you help me out? You suddenly reach out to me like this? There's no way I'm gonna help you with that. I'll give that useless girl to you then. Just help me escape the country. What are you talking about? Come on, I know you had feelings for that baggage. It's true, isn't it? You really think this is okay? You think it's fine to just leave her behind? You took her for granted, didn't you? Yeah, I feel a little bad about taking her from you, but that's all the more reason for you to help me out. I mean, after I run away, I'll make sure she's completely done for. She'll be nothing but a broken rag doll. But until then, you can do whatever you want with her. Are you out of your mind, you heartless jerk? What? Sure, Alyssa had lower grades than us, but that was because her parents were busy taking care of her grandparents. They had a lot on their plate, and you knew that. I've always hated how you looked down on Alyssa. Why are you getting so worked up? Getting worked up? This isn't just anger, it's beyond that. The reason I tried to help you change, the reason I tried to keep things friendly was that I didn't want Alyssa to be sad. I didn't want her to get hurt because of you. Who do you think you are to tell me that? You think I care? If you don't want my help, then you're useless to me. I can get away on my own. Go ahead and try, but I have a pretty good idea of where you're headed. What are you talking about? Alyssa told me you tried to withdraw money from the ATM, right? The police are already on to you. You really think you can get away from this? You think you can intimidate me? Just because you set this whole thing up doesn't mean you'll succeed. You're too naive, Mac. You don't realize how serious this is. Oh, I'm fully aware. I know exactly who you are and what you've done. Yeah, whatever. You'll see. Just remember, when I'm out of this mess, I'll come back and make sure both of you regret this. Good luck with that. You're gonna need it. You can't run from your past forever, and one day you'll have to face the consequences of your actions. Help me, Mac! You're the only one I can rely on right now! Oh, Pierce. I'm relieved to hear you're okay. I heard that the boat you were planning to use for your escape sank. Wow, you are quick to understand. That's exactly right. I've become paralyzed from the waist down and can't move my body at all. It's because you didn't cooperate with me that I ended up on that boat, and now I'm in this terrible condition, so you have to help me! Do you even have a clue about how Alyssa feels right now? Huh? I told you that I have no intention of showing any mercy to you. Alyssa mentioned that once you become paralyzed, you often need support, and sometimes you have to hire someone to help you with that. But you don't have any money for that, so I guess you'll just have to figure things out on your own. We've known each other for a long time! We're supposed to be friends! Come on, please help me out! I don't want to go into debt, and I promise I'll pay you back! I'll return your bank book! Honestly, I think it'd be better for you to lose everything. I don't need you anymore. See you later, you worthless loser. You're on your own from here on out. Wait! Mac! You can't just leave me like this! I'm begging you! I need someone I can trust! Trust? After everything that's happened, you think I'd risk my own neck for you? You've betrayed the people who cared for you! I made mistakes, but I'm asking you for a chance to make things right! I didn't mean for any of this to happen! Well, you should have thought about that before you made your choices. Now you're facing the consequences, and I won't be your safety net. But what about our friendship? We've always been there for each other. Not anymore. You've shown me your true colors, and it's not something I can overlook. You brought this on yourself. Come on, Mac! Don't do this! I'm in a really bad situation here! And whose fault is that? You put yourself in this mess. You can't expect me to fix it for you now. Please! I really have no one else! Just help me out this one time! No, Pierce, I'm done. Figure it out yourself. You're gonna have to learn the hard way.
Mac, I have some news. Pierce has been arrested.
What? Are you serious? How did that happen?
They managed to freeze his assets, so I was able to demand payment for the damages and the cancellation fees for the wedding. It feels like we've finally wrapped this whole nightmare up.
Wow, good job, Alyssa. I can't believe it actually worked out like that.
Even though I've taken my revenge, I know it won't bring my legs back to how they were before. Still, a small part of my lingering regrets feels a bit lighter. It's hard to think the childhood friend I trusted the most would betray me like that. It's making me feel like I might never be able to trust anyone again.
You can trust me. I promise I won't betray you.
I know. I'm sorry, Mac. I realized that you've had feelings for me all along.
Well, I guess it's not exactly a secret, huh?
I was such a fool, not seeing Pierce's true nature until he pushed me into the river. And now, being in this wheelchair makes it incredibly hard for anyone to want to be with me. So please, try to forget about me and find someone wonderful to be with.
I'll wait for you no matter how long it takes.
What are you saying?
Seriously, how many years do you think I've been in love with you? I'm not giving up that easily.
Mac.
Just reach out to me again once you've sorted through your feelings. I'll be right here waiting for you. You don't have to force yourself to reply right away. Just treat me as your childhood friend for now.
Thank you. I shouldn't keep relying on your kindness. It's not fair to you. Mac, it's been so long. I'm sorry for contacting you out of the blue.
Alyssa! Wow, it's really you! What's going on? You sound different.
Actually, I had surgery overseas. I hope you're not too shocked.
Wait, surgery? Is everything okay? What kind of surgery?
It was a major surgery, and I was terrified, but I wanted to change so I could stand proudly next to you again. Right now, I'm in the middle of my rehabilitation.
Alyssa, that's amazing! I can't believe it, you're doing so well!
I really wanted to surprise you by being able to walk again right away, but I felt it was important to let you know first. You know, I never got the chance to walk down the aisle at my wedding, right? I want to walk with you down that aisle someday, and I'm going to work hard to make that happen.
It would be an honor to support you by your side. When are you coming back to America? Please tell me as soon as you're back. I'll come pick you up.
I need to make sure I can at least walk a little before then. I really appreciate it, Mac. Thank you for being so supportive.
Of course! I've always wanted to be there for you, no matter what. Just let me know when you're back.
Promise me something, Mac.
What is it?
Promise me that you won't let my past affect our future. I want to move forward without any regrets.
I promise, Alyssa, the past is behind us. I'm here for you, ready to face whatever comes next, together.
Thank you, Mac. You have no idea how much that means to me.
Let's make new memories. I can't wait to see you back home.
Me too. I'm going to give it my all during rehab. I want to walk again, not just for me, but for us.
Absolutely. We'll celebrate your first steps together, and it's going to be unforgettable.
Let's do it, Mac. Together. Pierce was released from prison, but he returned with a life-changing condition. He was paralyzed from the waist down. The harsh reality of his situation struck him as soon as he stepped out of the prison gates. The world outside had changed, yet he felt trapped in his own body. The struggle began the moment he realized he had no means of supporting himself. He lacked the financial resources to hire assistance or even secure a job. It was a daunting challenge for someone who had just regained his freedom. Despite his determination to start anew, the absence of opportunity weighed heavily on him. Pierce found himself isolated, grappling with the frustration and despair of being dependent on others in a society that often overlooks those with disabilities. He wandered the streets, seeking a glimmer of hope or a chance to prove himself, but each door he knocked on remained firmly shut. As days turned into weeks, the pressure of living without financial support became unbearable. With no other options, he succumbed to his circumstances and, in a moment of desperation, committed an offense that would lead him back behind bars. It was a heartbreaking cycle, one that he had hoped to escape, but ultimately couldn't. On the other hand, I was on a different path. After my own struggles and setbacks, I had worked hard in rehabilitation and could finally walk with the help of a cane. Every step I took felt like a small victory, a testament to my perseverance and the countless hours spent in therapy. My goal was clear. I wanted to be able to walk beside Mac on our wedding day. That vision fueled my efforts. The thought of standing next to him, dressed in a beautiful gown, and looking him in the eyes as we exchanged vows kept me motivated. Even if my progress was slow, I was determined to make it happen. Each time I practiced walking, I could picture the scene vividly. The soft music playing, our friends and family gathered around us, and the joy radiating from both of us. It was a future I yearned for, a life filled with love and companionship. My rehabilitation sessions were challenging, but rewarding. The therapists were supportive, and they tailored the exercises to my specific needs. With each passing day, I felt stronger, more capable, and more determined to overcome my limitations. The initial pain and discomfort transformed into a sense of achievement as I took those tentative steps. I remember one particular session where I managed to walk a few meters unassisted. The exhilaration I felt in that moment was indescribable. It was as if I had conquered a mountain. Mac, my rock, stood by me throughout this journey. His encouragement was a beacon of hope that illuminated my darkest days. He never wavered in his belief that I could achieve my goals, and his unwavering support provided me with the strength I needed to keep pushing forward. We often talked about our future together, sharing dreams and aspirations. His excitement about our upcoming wedding fueled my determination even more. As I reflected on Pierce's situation, I couldn't help but feel a pang of sympathy for him. He had faced a different set of challenges, one that I could only imagine. Life had dealt him a tough hand, and the road to recovery was fraught with obstacles. The irony of our circumstances was striking. While I fought to regain my independence, he struggled to find any semblance of a new life after his release. It served as a stark reminder that not everyone is given the same opportunities, and some are trapped in cycles of despair. I often wondered what might have happened if Pierce had received the support he needed. Perhaps he could have found a way to rebuild his life and create a better future for himself. But the harsh reality is that many people with disabilities face systemic barriers that make it incredibly difficult to thrive in society. The stigma surrounding their conditions can lead to isolation and hopelessness, much like what Pierce experienced. My heart ached for those who, like Pierce, fell back into old patterns because the world seemed unwelcoming. I wished there was something I could do to help, some way to break the cycle of despair that had ensnared so many individuals. It made me realize that my own journey, while fraught with difficulties, was not just about personal triumph. It was also about raising awareness and advocating for change. Through my progress, I wanted to inspire others to see that recovery is possible, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Every small step I took was a victory, not just for myself, but for everyone who faced similar battles. I dreamed of sharing my story, of being a voice for those who felt voiceless. It was a vision that propelled me through the toughest days of rehabilitation. As the wedding day approached, I focused on my goal with renewed vigor. I visualized myself walking down the aisle, the love and support of my family and friends surrounding me. I knew that every step I took would carry the weight of my journey, the struggles, the pain, the triumphs, and the unwavering love of Mac. It was a moment I longed for, one that represented not just a celebration of love, but a testament to resilience. With each passing day, I found strength in my progress, a glimmer of hope in the face of adversity. I knew that while I was making strides towards my dream, there were still many like Pierce who needed help and support. My resolve to advocate for change only grew stronger, and I vowed to not only fight for my own dreams, but for a future where others could have the opportunities they deserved.